Gussin around. Your friendly neighborhood Gusses are Gussin around. Your favorite neighborhood Gusses, where are they found? In the studio making a podcast for you. Find out what we did this week. Was it fun or was it kind of bleak? You won't know unless you listen to the podcast. Find out what we talking about. Is it good or is it kind of not? You won't know unless you listen to us.
Gus!
Hello and welcome to episode 4 of Gussin Around. I'm your host, Shannon Guss, and here is my forever guest,
Forever guest.
Peter Guss.
Forever co-host.
Yeah, but what are you doing to be the co-host?
I've got this paper right
Yeah,
here.
but so do I. I have the same paper as you.
And who printed that paper?
You, because I don't know how to use a printer.
So that feels like co-host worthy behavior.
That's true. You're doing almost all the heavy lifting. You do all the tech.
Yeah,
but I think that's more. You're more like a roadie, and I'm kind of like the host.
This doesn't happen without me.
It's very true. That is very true. It would just I couldn't do it with this mic and this setup. No.
And the show name you couldn't do without me.
True. Also, though, by doing it, I feel like I indulged all your worst impulses by allowing you to buy so much off Amazon.
It wasn't that much off Amazon.
I know you bought at least these mics and that camera and that thing, whatever that is, and all those wires.
All those wires.
Did we have those before?
No, I bought them off Amazon.
You bought them all off Amazon. But this is what the people don't know. Peter's obsessed with Amazon. You know, the cliches.
It's not true.
That the woman in the relationship loves to shop. I hate shopping. I never want to buy anything. Peter has a different Amazon package arriving every day. Every single day. Which is very hard.
Slander.
Which is actually because they don't talk about this enough, the mismatch of the couples where one person is podcasting every day and the other person... Are you ordering off Amazon as we speak? What are you doing?
I'm trying to order a new wife. Hold on, let me see.
Every day he's like, I'm like, well, I don't know when my interview with Suri is going to be. Please don't have something arrive off Amazon. And he's like, that's going to be hard because I've ordered 18 things off Amazon. This is actually terrible, by the way. We do not endorse Amazon.
No.
This is like
you're slandering me.
The values we don't agree with, but Peter just wishes to buy things.
Look, I don't know how to use the app. It's the truth, so I can't see my order.
How do you buy it? What do you mean you don't use the app?
No, I know how to buy things.
Oh, you know how to buy
things.
I
can't
check
on my past history of buying things. I can go to my buy again page, but I can't see the dates of which I bought
don't buy
those
anything
things.
Again.
I'm telling you, because I will find it. I will give up very, very shortly.
Yeah, definitely give up.
But
don't just be scrolling that.
No, this is the whole podcast now. The orders that I have, though, the ones that I could see, which is not very many, I could go through my emails and find it. It's like once a month max.
The fact that I actually didn't think that you had a problem until you said that, because the fact that you're saying that
You're so wrong.
Is so untrue.
Ugh,
you don't even realize how bad it's gotten. You think it's once a month? Are you joking?
It is.
That's comical, Peter.
If I wasn't under the pump and could spell correctly.
Okay, come next week with the receipts.
I had one on Saturday.
You had one on Saturday. You had one last. So okay.
Well, sorry. Okay, I'll tell you what Shan
Today
thinks.
is Monday.
Let me explain.
So you had one 2 days ago.
When I make an order, I obviously I'm not buying one thing, right? I'm buying like
10.
Yeah, whatever. 10.
We're making the same point.
10 things, but because of how Amazon works, you don't always get. Well, in Australia, I don't know what it's like in other places in the world. It doesn't always arrive at the same time. It might be 10 things and it might be across 4 different days.
My love.
And Shan thinks
no,
that's 4 different orders.
You think that ordering 10 things is legitimate. No, we're complaining about the same thing. If you order 10 things and they arrive over checking. 4 times, that's what I think is happening. But I'm having the right response to it.
No.
Yes, Peter.
I last ordered after this weekend on the 9th. On the 11th of the 9th. 11th of September.
You didn't.
I'm looking right now.
Impossible.
I'm looking right now.
Impossible. Well, then how much were you ordering in the month before that when I was podcasting every day? Because it felt like something arrived every single day.
I
this
ordered.
Is not in the notes, by the way.
So it was 5 different delivery days in that order, which seems like a lot.
How many things did you buy?
It was mostly all this sort of stuff.
Yeah, we did need this. We did need this,
so
but it's not just this.
You can relax on that.
It's not just this.
It was a lot of these things within those 5, and
No,
then
Peter's just
before
going
that,
through
I'm
his
still
emails.
scrolling
Great
until finding the
podcasting.
time before that, just so I can prove it. There,
believe
I have
you.
to keep scrolling down.
No.
It might be coming soon because here it goes. Delivered item number 3.
Peter.
And this is the 2nd of August, and that's the third one. So I must have ordered here. The first order on my payment was declined on the 31st of the 7th. That's kind of embarrassing.
Why?
But that was the day I put the order. Well, my credit card expired.
Okay, this is too much.
But either way,
the emails and the credit card.
1st of August and then 11th of September. So once a month.
Way. That was the entirety of Australian Survivor, and something arrived multiple times a week. Maybe it's not just Amazon. I don't know what you're doing. I'm just saying that things arrive, and then they're in boxes, and then the cats get attached to the boxes, and then you don't want to throw out the boxes, and then we have boxes, and it's
the previous one before that was the 29th of the 6th, which is June. It's one a month.
But it's 12 things, and they arrive over 12 times.
This one was 2. This one was 4 things. Okay. They're all like 4 to.
And no, because you know what? Because it's not just Amazon. I just worked out why I'm right. Because it's also all your stupid. I'm happy you have hobbies. It's all your card things that arrive and everything like that.
They're literally letters in the post box.
But
you're making
the
them out
obsession, you're like, I need to get this card from America. Could I send it to Mike's address and he brings it to San Francisco for us? And
that was one time.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
That was one time.
You write in if you think Peter has a problem. Do you know when I online shop?
Don't have a problem. It's once a month.
Never. I never do it. Never. I haven't bought clothes. I actually bought today, but that's because I'm pregnant. I need to buy new clothes. I haven't. That was the first clothes I bought. And I didn't enjoy it. Believe me, I didn't enjoy it. No offense, Mom. I really enjoyed our time together. But I'm just saying that, like, I don't enjoy shopping. Anyway, I'm right.
Thank you for the unnecessary. I don't know however long this has been going for.
How long has it been going for?
Probably like 10 minutes of slander.
Well, then we're not going to be able to do the things we have on our.
Shan's also particularly bad at being proven wrong. She doesn't change her mind.
I'm not wrong.
Easily.
You order a lot of things and they arrive. I know what happens in my own home. Today we're doing a Q&A.
On how many things does Peter buy on Amazon? That wasn't in the list.
And we printed out I don't know why you printed out one for you, but firstly, this was a question of mine. Well, you said last week that you would listen to the Life of a Showgirl album and you would give your thoughts.
I did.
He listens beginning to end.
I got to look it up.
No, you know
the names of everything because I don't remember all the names.
You know that I sing them and then I will tell you the names. That's how we're gonna do it.
No, I did what I said I would do.
Yeah.
I listened to all of them, more than once.
Good.
But I should say my judgment of music is probably not right of like how other people do it. Like I don't really care that much about lyrics compared to other people. Like I care way more about the beat and how the song like sounds and feels. Yeah, the music, not the words. I don't really care that much. Like it's fine.
That's a really bad take.
Yeah, I mean, you're entitled to appreciate art
as you appreciate it.
I literally started the sentence saying it's not right.
It's not.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we're on the same page. I
have a music degree enough to tell you that's not right.
Yeah.
No, I'm just being judgmental.
I
just came in feisty today.
Why? I didn't do anything.
I don't know.
All I did was print this paper and organize the podcast. And I'm like, come on, Shani, let's do a podcast together. And you're like, okay. And you're like, 3, 2, 1. This is why I hate you.
And it was like that. Yeah. I don't know why I'm like this. You put up with me. You made the choice. I don't choose to be this way.
Well, yeah, as I said, I'm just waiting for my new wife on Amazon to arrive and we'll be fine.
You would.
Hopefully it doesn't arrive in 10 parts. All right.
Oh my God.
Serious business. The Life of a Showgirl.
Yeah.
I think straight away, I listened in order. I should say that. And it started really strong. The Fate of Ophelia.
Pop.
Banger. Loved it. Straight away. Elizabeth Taylor. Also really liked.
Even though you keep asking who Elizabeth Taylor is.
Yeah,
it's songs and it's a history lesson.
As I said, I don't listen to the name, so every time I'm like, "Who is this person?"
Elizabeth Taylor.
I wouldn't know.
It's fine. You're not going to learn about her in the song.
No, I didn't. Opalite, which probably I think
those are your three favorite.
They're my three favorite in order.
Like Afraid of Ophelia first, and then
no, I think Opalite's my second favorite.
Really? You love Elizabeth Taylor.
I do love Elizabeth Taylor. I think the Favourphilia
literally, I'll be in a different room and Peter will just be in like another room of the apartment and then I'll just hear Elizabeth Taylor.
It is catchy.
Yeah.
I think Favourphilia is definitely my favourite song on the album. Like without that's
from the beginning.
Straight away. Probably Opalite, Elizabeth Taylor, and Cancelled.
Yes.
I think Cancelled. Those are like my easy top 4, and then it gets harder after that.
You like Father Figure?
I did also like Father Figure, which we agreed.
We agreed on. I like Father Figure.
We agreed.
We disagreed on Eldest Daughter. You quite liked it, which is weird because why?
I have no idea.
Well, those were your takes, so
I don't know if that I just liked it. I think it just seemed to get like a little weaker in the middle. What was it? Ruin the Friendship. I liked Actually Romantic.
Yeah, we liked Actually Romantic.
That was good as well.
Yeah.
Wishlist was okay.
What's your out of 10 album score?
Honey was not that good.
What's your out of 10 album score?
What am I comparing it to her other albums?
No, just gut feeling.
7?
Yeah, that 7 feels fine. I mean, like, we're having fun with it, you know. We're like hanging the washing and dancing to the bops.
I think it's like half a bangers and then half you're like, no, it's not. It's like half are like really good, and then there's like 4 that you're like, this is good, and then there's like 3 that are like, eh.
Okay. Yeah, that equals 12. No,
that didn't. But it was just I was just shooting from the hip.
All right. Well, that wasn't even a question in this Q&A, but I
started playing Honey accidentally.
I have questions here, and we'll try to get to as many as we can, and if not, we can do another Q&A. All right, Donna Marie asked us by email. Thank you so much for emailing. What's the email address? gussinaroundpodcast@gmail.com.
That's right.
Please email through more questions. If you hear this Q&A and you're like, I want to ask things. You know,
or you didn't think we actually would answer questions.
No, of course we would. What are we, like a closed book? So Donna Marie asked, and I love this question. We got a glimpse and insight into podcast too, but I would love it if you could bring both your girls on camera and let us know about their adoption story, how old they are, their personalities and quirky traits. Do they have a favorite human? Do they sleep with you? Are they cuddly? I like all this. Scoot, please. Love you, babe. Good luck getting them on camera. They do usually love to be around us, but I think because we like reconfigure this whole room for the podcast, they're still a little bit like, what are you doing?
Yeah, they freak out a little bit.
Because usually if we sit in these seats, like we will get one each, like if we watch a movie. So that's kind of on their terms. But I'm happy to talk about the cats because they are such a huge part of our life. So that makes me happy. Peter, do you want to talk about your story becoming a cat person? Because I think you're definitively a cat person now.
Yeah, so I ordered them on Amazon, and no, I grew up with a dog, and I was definitely a dog person. I had no one really in my life that had a cat, so I just didn't know cats at all, and I didn't think I would get you. I didn't think I would like cats.
Cats have the worst PR. I always say that there's only 2 types of people in the world: people who love cats and people who don't know cats. Because people just assume they don't like cats, and they meet a cat, they're like, I love cats.
And then my first sort of like foray into the cat world was with your previous family pet, Melody. And
good cat.
To say she was feisty was an understatement. She
was an evil cat.
I had to wear shoes at all times, otherwise I would bleed. I couldn't get close to the cat, or if I did, I would bleed. And there was many times where Melody would sit in the doorway and trap me in a room because if I got too close, I would bleed.
So hilarious. I mean, this is kind of defamation against Mel, so I'll jump in on her behalf. Melly was specific about who she liked. She loved our family and she hated everyone else, but she really hated Peter. Like she chose Peter as her nemesis. Like the vets would say like, oh, it's because she's jealous of like me, and I was like, I feel so loved. Like that made me feel so important that she hated you so much.
But she hated me so much more than she loved you.
I think she loved me a lot, but I do think she hated you more. That's true. She hated you so much. The craziest thing about it was she knew from the beginning. Like I'd had other boyfriends. She never hated them because she was like, you're not going to be anything. But the second we got together, true story, she threw up everywhere. She threw up everywhere the day we got together. And I think that was I think she knew. She was the first person who was like the first cat. I think she was really like, I think a lot of people said this, but she was like, oh God, that's their end game. Like she knew from the beginning and she was not happy. And she hated you with every fiber of her tiny little being. So cute.
Yeah, it was terrifying. So that was how I was like, oh, this is what cats are. And I was like, Jesus Christ, this is a lot to take in.
But you loved her.
But also, it was funny. Her personality was really funny. It was extremely aggressive, but also she was really funny. Like a really, really funny cat. Just the things that she would do and positions she would get herself in and find herself in and trap me in. And it was so like calculated. Like she was really quite
so
smart and funny.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, like as much as I am being tortured by a tiny 2-foot ball of fluff, I was kind of like, that's kind of cool that like, I love dogs and I still love dogs. But you kind of know what you're going to get with most dogs. Like 90% of dogs, they're happy to see you. They're really excited when you get home from work or when you come in, and they roll around for belly rubs, and they love walks and stuff. And like it's really nice, and I really love dogs, and like it's great. But then with a cat, you just don't know what you're going to get, and it's completely on their terms, and they do what they want to do. And there was something kind of cool about how Melly tried to express herself, and I was like,
through hissing.
That's cool. Someday I'm going to have cats, and I really hope they don't express themselves like that. That was kind of my thoughts. But I also thought that like if we could survive Melly, it's not going to be worse.
No.
We were never going to get cats that were going to be worse. It was like it was all upside.
Well, Peter wrote this beautiful story when Melly died, and he can speak to it better than me, but how their relationship like evolved, because when she passed away, we'd been together for 10 and a bit years.
Yeah.
And you guys you found that common ground.
When she got sick, she became much more docile.
She was sick for like 3.5 years.
Yeah, and like the day before, was it the day before she died that she came and sat on my lap? Week before she came and sat on my lap.
But it wasn't just then. It was like
no, she was like doing it every now and then, but like a week before that, she had the choice of everyone on the couch, and she like got up on one side of the couch, she walked across everybody, and then like settled in my lap, and then I was like, oh, like this is really nice, and I go to pat her, and she's like, don't you dare, and I'm like, okay, I won't.
That was her goodbye. That was like, you've been a worthy adversary, human nemesis. No, when she got sick, I think that because what happened was then she was too tired to really fight you. So then you could get close enough to pat you, and she'd be like, all right. And I think she was like, oh, you were trying to give me pads. Oh, I thought you were trying to kill me. I was trying to kill you. This is so embarrassing. I thought we were in like a deadly game of war. But instead, you were just trying to love me. And I think she kind of started to know that. And then she loved you a little bit back.
So I liked cats, I guess, from that. I think it's a weird way to like cats. But I liked the personality and the quirks that cats have. And something that was really important to me has always been to have 2 pets instead of 1. Because when we had a dog growing up, he was really lonely. Because, whenever he was out, it was just him, and we always felt so guilty. Literally his whole life we were like, we should have got 2 dogs. So one of the things I said to Shan, I was like, we have to adopt, and we have to adopt 2 cats. Like we cannot adopt 1 cat, and if we're adopting 2 cats, we got to look for bonded cats, because they're the ones that don't go out as often to families, because it's easier to take 1 cat than 2 cats. So if we can take 2 that are bonded, that can't live without each other, they're the ones that we need to look at finding.
Yeah, so I think you definitely drove that, because at first when I was like, we're gonna get our own cat, like in my mind I was like, I just want to get another Melly, like I want a Burmese who's evil, just the 1 cat. We could have named her Suri. That was kind of how I saw it. But you really pushed like adoption, which like looking into that like clearly is the way to go. And I will say like adopting pets and like being part of that has like enriched our lives in so many ways. Like I think it's like what you put in, you get out. Like not only do we have the most amazing cats, but we've met the most amazing people in the adoption community, like the cat's foster mom and parents, Jess and Mitch, who we love, who we've become friends with. And
I love Jess and Mitch. They are like the nicest.
They're the best people.
Ever.
You meet the best people in the adoption community, and
you have to be a special type of person to foster and be in that community.
Yeah, and then the person who works at Petstock who matched us with the cats, whose name is Peter. He's my favorite Peter. He's like the most incredible person, and he's like always saving cats. He is the best Peter I know. I'm sorry, you're 1 and 2.
He asked how you were today when I went to the shop. Yeah,
I love it. So we've like really made like these amazing connections because you like get into this incredible community, and I think it's just the most like it just enriches your life in many, many different ways, not even just through having the cats, but obviously primarily through having the cats. But you definitely drove that. And then when I looked into it, I was like, yeah, that's clearly the way to go. But we couldn't get cats for ages because we were in Melbourne and we didn't know where we'd end up. And then we moved to Sydney. And then we were going on a trip. We went to America that year. And then you don't remember any of this.
I don't remember any of this, but I do remember Shan had a lot of excuses as to why we couldn't get cats.
Because I wanted to be ready and I wanted to be able to commit all my time to the cats.
And I was like, let's just get cats.
Yeah. But like, luckily we waited because we found like our perfect soul cats.
You didn't wait as long as you wanted to.
Well, yeah. So what happened was I put in my application at Petstock because they like facilitated options. And I was like, I can do cats from May the 1st because I was covering Survivor and I was like flying back and forth to Melbourne for Talking Tribal. So I like wouldn't have time to commit to the cats. And then then we were going away again. Then Marianne was coming. Our friend Marianne, who was on Survivor, was coming to stay. And we had this whole trip we'd planned for months and we were going to go to Cairns together. And then she was leaving on, I guess, the 30th of April. So I was like, May 1st. No. Yeah, May 1st she was leaving. So I was like, May 2nd we can get cats. That was when I put it down. And then I got a call. This is because the story of how we got the cats. I got a call from Peter being like, I found these like perfect cats for you. These like 2 girls. We'd asked for a boy and a girl. This has been stated. But he was like, these are the perfect cats for you. And I went, and this was like earlier in April. And I went before Marianne had arrived. Actually, I was at the hospital because I was having a medical procedure, which I kind of love. It's like I was like at the hospital, like waiting to meet my babies unknowingly.
They say after you have the anesthetic from any procedure, do not make any major life decisions. That's the one thing they tell you when you leave those medical facilities. And Shan's like leaving and she's like, hi, on drugs. And she's like, let's go check out some cats.
No, he texted me. He was like, these cats are here. Like, and so I went with Peter was at work. My mom drove me to the pet store. And like, so we have 2 cats, Eliza and Angelica, for what we call them Lizzie and Gel. So Gel was like, I couldn't really see because she was like hiding behind Lizzie.
They could have been raccoons for all Shan knew. She would have adopted them that day.
No, do not take away this moment from me because it's one of the most powerful moments of my life. And it was not the drugs. It was not the drugs. I went into the little enclosure and I looked into Lizzie's eyes. Maybe it was the drugs because that was one of the most powerful moments of my entire life. I'm telling you,
high as a kite.
I looked into Lizzie's eyes. I never believed in love at first sight, but I looked in and I feel like when I picture that moment back, it's going to sound like it was the drugs, but I felt like in like a split second, like I saw our whole life together. Like I truly believe this. And I'm someone who does not believe in God or anything. I'm a skeptic. I'm an atheist. I'm all of that. But I do believe that animals are like the spiritual thing because it's like not of this world. Like we love our cats more than anything. We communicate with them. I can read their minds. Jill doesn't even have to look sideways. I'm like, do not attack your sister. Like, and I know she's about to. Like, you know, I can read their minds. Like, we can't communicate with them with words, but yet we have such an understanding. Like for me, like animals in general are just not of this plane. And I truly believe that Lizzie and I, like, we loved each other in many past lives and we'll love each other in many, many future lives. Like, and I feel like I saw all of that and I literally just sat in the enclosure crying.
Anesthetic is a hell of a drug.
I believe it to this day. And I stand by it. And I think anyone who has animals kind of knows it's not like of this world.
Shan just calls me and she's like, this is it. Like, come meet our cats. And I'm like,
we have 2 girl cats.
Okay, don't name them without me. So
I turn Angelica.
Up, and
that wasn't that day. You could only come on the Saturday.
Yeah, no, it's true. I could only come on the weekend. But anyway, I come on the weekends, and Shan's already like singing their names in the enclosure and calling them by Angelica and Eliza, and then she's like, "What do you want to name them?" I'm like, "Well, what choice do I have here, sweetie?"
It was so perfect for them because what we heard about them was that Angelica was really like feisty, like Angelica, and Lizzie was really like soft and gentle, like Eliza. That's how the names came to me in my drugged up state. And when Peter saw the cats, what did he do? He was like, these are our cats. He's like crying.
Was I?
Yeah. You weren't crying. You texted me later when I was in Cairns.
I like to cry, but I didn't think I was crying in that moment.
You said these are our cats, and you texted me when I was in Cairns, and you said, I've been crying in the shower because I'm so excited to bring them home to our family.
That's because Shan was like, you can't take them home while I'm away, and they were in the pet store, and the pet store people where we adopted them from were like, these are the most scared cats.
No, that's making me sound terrible. That's not okay.
Yeah, they said these are the most scared cats we have ever had. Out of all of their adoptions, these were the 2 most scared. And I'm thinking like, These things are terrified. Like, I don't want
that
them to
makes me
be in
sound
the
that's
store.
okay. Now you're misremembering, and now me and Melly have been defamed in this podcast. We couldn't possibly take
and
them
I
back.
haven't been based on the first
Peter
10
was.
minutes.
You've been. The defamation needs to be true, and it was. I studied it in uni.
That it was not.
What actually happened was Peter. No, but Peter. Okay, was working 12 hours a day more, and I was in Cairns. So we couldn't bring the cats back because what would they do here in this room
No,
alone?
that's right. We couldn't actually bring
And
them
then
back.
we were going to go back to Jess, the foster mom.
Because they were so scared.
Because they were scared, but then Peter Petstock felt like it might be good for them to build resilience, which honestly, it was a worthy endeavor, but it didn't. I don't think it worked.
No, it didn't work.
They're not resilient cats.
No.
Much like their mother.
They're very fragile.
Yeah, and they did say they were the most scared. This is why they matched them with us. They're highly sensitive cats, and like you'll put in the effort. And we did.
And it has not worked.
No,
they're still terrified.
And what we did instead was we'll coddle them. I'll text the delivery drivers. Sometimes I'll be like, please don't ring the bell. I have a sleeping baby because they hate the bell. Or like I'll tell people like, don't ring the bell. Or I didn't clean for like 6 weeks because I thought the vacuum might scare them.
Ew.
Maybe it wasn't 6 weeks.
Jess told us they were fine with vacuums.
They hate the vacuum. It felt like a long time in my mind, but I remember the first time I did, and they were like, and I was like, this really shows that I haven't been doing this enough. But like, I didn't want to. I just wanted them to be happy, and I don't think the coddling has helped with the resilience. But
I will say they had no reason not to be resilient because Jess loved them and coddled them, and they were like, it's just his fault.
No, but the first couple of months, like she rescued them, but then they had a great life. I don't know why they're so scared.
Jess loved them so much. She told us she was bawling, like dropping them off and visiting them. And one time, when I went to go visit them, Jess was there as well. So I met Jess, and they were like running up to her and jumping on her, and they were like so happy to see her. And I was like, that's going to be me one day. And they don't do that.
No, they
do not do that.
We've had Jess over multiple times. Joel doesn't remember Jess. Lizzie still is like Jess, but like she knows we're her parents. So what happened was,
but it was funny just seeing the cats in that moment. Sorry, Angelica's jumping up the wall at the moment. Seeing them in that moment, they like remember Jess, and they like wanted to get into her arms, and they were so cute. And I was like, oh, they're going to do that to us, and they just never grew into those type of cats.
Jumping, no,
like literally climbing into our arms.
Yeah, I mean, the first couple of days we took Lizzie to the vet.
Angelica is literally jumping
the walls, which we'll talk about in a second when we talk about their personalities. But Lizzie, we had to take to the vet in the first couple of days because she chewed up her whole arm out of anxiety. That's how Lizzie, like, she's so, obviously we're kindred spirits. We're so similar. She's super anxious, like, just like me. Anyway, and so I took her to the vet, and my mom says it now because I'd only had her for less than 3 days. And literally, when we let her out of the carrier, she went into my arms. And my mom was like, oh, she knows you're her mom. I'm like, they trusted us from minute one. They really did. Anyway, they're all soulmates. We were asked about their personality. So Donna Marie asked about their quirky traits. Do they have a favorite human? Luckily, they each chose a favorite human.
Luckily, they didn't choose the same human.
Yeah, because now we're going to have a baby to like break the tie. But basically,
it's not going to be a choice.
Yeah.
It will be me.
Yeah, probably. But Lizzie's my little cat. Lizzie's attached to the hip, but more to the leg with me. She's just kind of always by me.
They're not lap cats.
They're not lap cats, but she's always next to me. And she loves me. Like Lizzie, about their personalities, like Lizzie's a little caretaker. She is the most loving cat. The stories I could tell about Lizzie, when we had the miscarriage, she has this little bird that she brings us out of love. Every single day for 3 days, or a little taco.
But
her favorite bird. 3 days after the miscarriage, little bird next to my pillow. She's so aware when we're upset or when we're sick. Like I was laughing because a few weeks ago, like I was so nauseous, I was throwing up all the time, and Peter had nose surgery. So Peter was struggling. She would wake Peter up every 30 minutes. She's like, there's a bandage on your face, which was so annoying.
She was just like patting my face. Like,
but she's
like, are you okay? I'm like, yes, let me sleep.
Between the two of us, she'd literally run between rooms, like checking on us. Like she was so, I'd be throwing up, so she'd run to me. And then Peter would be struggling, so she'd run to him. Like she actually has one of the most beautiful souls and hearts I've ever come across of any person or animal.
Yeah.
Like she just has she just somehow thinks it's like her responsibility to take care of us. And like, do I need it? Like I couldn't have got a better caretaker cat. So that's my girl. And then Gel Beans is Peter's cat. Also, she loves me. She's been cuddling with me a lot lately, but she's obsessed with her dad.
She's a little tomboy cat. she has unlimited energy, which is kind of annoying, but very funny. And she's kind of just like, I think Shan described her in another podcast as just like always excited by like everything in life. She's like so excited about things. And that never seems to have faded. Like she's just always so up and about and so excited. So when she's literally jumping up the walls while we're doing this podcast, it's for whatever excited reason that she's just found. Sometimes
she loves life.
Yeah, and she comes up to me like at the door when I come home, and she just like squeaks. It's not a meow. She doesn't know how to meow. She's never figured it out. She's not the brightest bulb, but she squeaks like a bird or like a squeaking toy, like a dog toy. Yeah, so she'll just like go into a room and squeak until I come in, and then she'll see me and she'll start purring, and then she'll like just sit with her belly up, and she'll be like, "Are you going to pat me now?" And yeah.
Joe Beans is hilarious. Like she will, like until Peter picks her up, she just wants him to like carry her around. And she thinks she's so brave. Like the second there's like a bug or something, she's like, I'm on it. Especially if the bug's outside. Then she's like up against the glass. But like if someone comes over, she's behind the couch. You know, she's like brave in her own way, on her
she's terrible with other people.
She reminds me of like young Simba in The Lion King. He's like, I laugh in the face of danger, but she's like actually really scared. But she thinks she's really brave. But Jel, she just is like so excited by life. Like if like when the alarm goes off, she's like, oh boy. She's like so excited that we are awake. Whereas Lizzie's like, I'm not ready to get up, and she'll like keep sleeping. Like in the question, it was like, where do they sleep? And I was like, that's actually a great way to show their personalities. Like Lizzie sleeps 90% of the time or more, beginning to end of the night, just next to my legs, same spot every night, pretty much since we got her, since she's been sleeping in our room. She's a very consistent cat. She's incredibly well behaved. Jel, like where does Jel sleep? Like Jel, we should like do one of those videos which just shows like her adventures during the night. Like she's like jumping up the wall, she's running, then she'll probably pass out somewhere here, then she'll like come into our room, and then she'll like lie on my back, and then you know she's like walking all over us. Like she'll like crash out between us for like 15 minutes, and then she's like up again. And that's Jel. Whereas Lizzie's just like, unless she gets attacked by her sister Lizzie, like she's there. Sometimes Jel will just attack Lizzie off the bed, and now Lizzie's like up as well. But other than that, like Lizzie is so consistent. Like they could not be more different. Yeah. And Jel is just, who knows? Anyway, like the adventure she gets up to.
It does. You do feel a love when Angelica sees me. She'll just start purring. She's like, when we make eye contact, and then she'll just start purring, and I'm like, oh, you're so happy.
Yeah.
That I'm like about to pat you, about to be near you, that she gets so excited she just starts purring.
Yeah, they're the best things in my life, and they're the best thing I've ever done. Like I've never done anything actually better. Like it's the most worthwhile thing I've ever done, but it's also like the most fun thing I've ever done. Like this is the thing that anyone would know about animals. Like they're such a wholly, purely good thing, other than obviously the pain of losing them, which is like the worst thing in life, that animals can't live our whole lives with us, and God forbid I don't even want to think about it. But like in this life, like even something like podcasting, it's like I love it, the highs are so high, but like there are lows, you know, like things like, and I'm a very passionate person and I love things, but this is like, it's so wholly good. Like it's the highest possible high, and it's my favorite thing in the world, and it's just like never bad. Other than that week where Lizzie forgot who Joe was, that was a bad week. But other than that, it's pretty wholly good. Joe went to the vet, and Lizzie forgot who she was for like 6 days. Here's Lizzie. Because she smelled differently. She smelled like the vet.
It'd be funny if Lizzie came into the room and then chose to sit next to me after all of this.
But yeah, so Lizzie forgot who Joe was for about a week, and that was really painful because we love that they love each other. You know, they're bonded, and they do fight, but it's like play fighting. But Lizzie like seriously was like, there is a new cat and I hate her because she smells like vet. And I was like, well, if that's the case, why aren't you worried about where Jel is? Like, if you think this is a new cat, then Jel's been gone for days. Are you not concerned? And she was like so scared. She was like crawling into me because she was like, there's a new cat. And I was like, that's your sister. You've been with her from the womb. You're bonded. They wouldn't have adopted you out separately.
That's a story for another time.
Yeah.
Let's move on.
Yeah. But anyway, I'm just saying that's the one bad week we've ever had.
Let's move on.
All right. Anything else to say about how much you love them?
No, it's a lot. More than I love Amazon.
Wow. More than you love me?
That's a tough question. Probably, I don't know. Yes? No?
The right answer is yes. It's okay if you love them more than you love me. They're way more lovable than I am.
It's a really tough question. I feel like should have asked me this before.
Why?
So I could have thought about it for longer.
It's going to offend me more if you say you love me more than them.
I don't know. I'll think about
it. It's a different type of love. Like, I love you very much.
Thanks. I appreciate it.
Of this world. But they're my soulmates. It's beyond this
And
world.
you say that, but you really mean just one of the two.
No, Gel's soul is new. Gel's soul is only just developing. So she's also she's my little best friend. And Liza's my soulmate. And you are my significant other. Adam Beasley says, from one topic to the next, he says, you mentioned OCD in the first podcast and you might talk about it more. For however much you're comfortable with talking about it, I'd be interested in hearing your journey and if you see it as part of neurodivergence. I'm a pediatrician specializing in behavior and development, but haven't got to work much with kids with OCD yet.
Can I talk about it before you do? Because I know you're going to talk about it a lot.
Okay. Felt judgmental.
No. It's just that I think that you've talked about it on podcasts before and how it impacts you, but it's like way worse than people realize. Like Shan's like significantly OCD.
I don't know.
Yes.
I think because I know people with much worse OCD.
Yeah, people have worse OCD, but I would say it's not. We're not talking the straightening pencils on a table.
That's not OCD. That's because you're looking at it from the people who say they have OCD who don't say they have OCD.
Yeah,
I'm looking at it from people who have actual
properly,
OCD.
Yeah, Shannon's properly OCD though.
Yeah, compared to people who say they have OCD and don't have OCD, yes, but significantly worse.
You talk about.
Well, I do think that's important because I feel like that keeps happening. But people are always saying like I have OCD, and like I kind of don't mind when people say that because I feel like we use that all the time. Like, I have PTSD when people don't, or things like that. And then I also, what's been happening is like, I'll tell people kind of some of my compulsions and they'll be like, oh, I might do that. It's like, no, that's quite dismissive. And I've had that a lot recently.
Yeah.
Because I think that people don't understand it. It's very misunderstood because people will think, oh, I like things being straight or I like things, it's like, yeah, things look nicer when they're straight. But can you live with it? Are you thinking about it days later? Can you get through your day? Like, if you physically couldn't straighten it, would it keep bothering you? Like, that's like the compulsion part, I think, and I'm not a psychologist, of OCD, where it's like, there are a lot of things that I do in my OCD where it's like, maybe I would want to do this. And then I think it doesn't count. Like, as an example, last time we watched a movie, great movie, Rise, a couple years old, Disney Plus movie, which was a true story, right? So when something's a true story, especially, I mean, I'm going to look up stuff after every movie, but like, I looked up every single thing about these people. Now I know everything about these basketballers that's ever been known, more than they maybe know about themselves. But like, I would want to do that.
Yeah.
So it's a little different.
It's a bit,
but OCD.
It's to an extreme. Like, people are like, yeah, I researched the characters. And I'm like, no, Shan spent like 4 hours researching every individual person of their family, their backgrounds, everything about them, like to an extent that I would say is obsessive.
You weren't enjoying that at 2 a.m?
No, I definitely wasn't.
We learned so many interesting things about them.
Yeah. But also, I could live with not learning those things without them.
But I don't think that is OCD because I enjoy that. That's different. I wanted to do that. I had control over that situation. OCD is when you don't want to do it. That's how I kind of see it in my mind. Like when I'm wrestling with my mind and I'm like, I don't want to be doing this, but my mind wins. Like, not to dismiss like this, but I've had conversations with people in my life who have an eating disorder. And I've never had an eating disorder, so I can't speak to it. But we've said there's like kind of a lot of similarities. Like same with an eating disorder. It's like you want your brain to do one thing and it just refuses and you're like at war with yourself. And for me, that is the worst part of OCD. And like I do have ups and downs and I think it's pretty good at the moment. Really good compared to where I was
at the moment.
Earlier in the year, or other times. It was really bad during COVID.
So bad.
Yeah. And so I think like the quirks will differ. Like I hate to miss things. And I don't have any of the like really typical OCD things like cleanliness OCD I don't really have. And then like I know some people with OCD, it's like if I don't do this, like my family will die. But like again, I don't believe in anything. So like I'm not superstitious. I don't believe in God. I don't think like my family
really
will
just
be
went over
or smited.
I can't miss things.
Yeah, so I'm just saying what I don't have. I'm just saying what I don't have. Like I don't have like the way some people would like traditionally think of OCD. It's good to be an atheist with OCD because I don't think that my family will die. But what I do have is like the compulsions where I can't miss, like a big thing is like if I'm watching something, it's really hard for me to miss something. During COVID, I would go back. I could go. I honestly.
I'll explain it better because you're not giving it the proper severity.
All right.
So for example, Shannon and I would watch a TV show together, and the subtitles would have to be on because Shan can't miss what the people in the show are saying. So subtitles are on.
But
and
that's what people will be like,
fine.
I like the subtitles.
Yeah, some people like subtitles because they also don't want to miss it and they want to read it. But the problem was if either the subtitle was wrong or the subtitle, let's say they were whispering and it said like person whispers and it didn't actually say what they said, we would stop the episode. Shan would go and find the script of the TV show and look up what they said before we could continue. And if she couldn't find the script or we could not figure out what they said, Shan would get really, really upset. Like
I think
I was there. I can tell you get very upset about it and distraught if you didn't know what they were saying on the show.
Well, what I've learned, like, then I learned tricks because I think like it's not fair to put my OCD on people as much. So it wasn't fair to like destroy Peter's viewing experiences.
Which she did anyway.
No, I was.
She would go back. So during COVID, and I don't know if you're misremembering or realizing how bad it was during COVID. We could watch a show where Shan was saying we have to go back, like once a minute, for like a 20-minute episode, and I'd be like, after the 10th time,
how long did I do that for? Because then I started finding little tricks to not put it on you.
But I was just like looking up scripts. Could we watch a show? And we couldn't get through TV shows.
It actually was painful because what I would do is I would keep tabs open in my mind where I would not go back, but I would think I missed that. And I have like 7 times in the episode in my mind and I would go after and I would just find them and I'd just watch them to like satisfy that compulsion. If I'm listening to a podcast alone, then that's my thing. I can go back 1,000 times.
She goes back a lot on podcasts.
The interesting thing is that it ruins media consumption, and that's like what I do. But I do think that my podcasting, I like doing that because it like satisfies. We like talk it out. I'm like, we did that episode. Like, I think that like in many ways that helps my OCD, but podcasting is terrible for my OCD because my perfectionism OCD is awful. Maybe the worst part of it, where if I think I've made a mistake on the podcast, it will consume me. It's not just about watching things, but I think that is a great way. It's more than you even know, Peter. Like, I think it's like, if I just get one kind of thought in my mind, I'll have to look up things over and over and over again. Like some other people, I Google things, yes. But what if you know? Like, what if you know and you just have to keep checking? Like, it's the checking. It's definitely with doing the podcast and like the perfectionism OCD. I'm not going to lie to you. How long ago did we watch Happy Gilmore 2? 2-3 weeks ago?
3-4 weeks ago?
Yeah, I know I missed like 2 things in it, and I'm like, I'm not going back because I'm being really strong. But I know about it and I think about it sometimes. And like, I think the thing as well as what I would start doing is I would feel like I have to do this thing. And like, it really just took up so much of my time because I'd have to like satisfy a compulsion by looking something up or by watching something or whatever. And so what I started doing was I'd like, instead of having those tabs open in my mind, I would like text myself a list of like compulsions to tick off. Maybe that's why I love my list.
Yeah, probably.
But then I'd like be beholden to the list. And it would be like weighing over me. And then I'd have to like spend hours getting through my OCD list. So I've kind of stopped doing that. But that was like a way that I found my way out. The best thing to do for OCD is to just not satisfy those compulsions, which feels terrible. But yeah, I mean, like, it's not good to just like keep them. I'm like, oh, then I don't have to do it today. Like, I do not have time for OCD today. I'm like moving you to tomorrow's problem. And then I would do it because I knew that I would, it was like written down. Another thing for me is like if I miss something someone said, or if I even have like a thought and then I forget what I was thinking, like I don't like the gray.
Literally a million times.
Not a million.
This is just over and over again until she hopefully remembers it. But I think it's funny that
it is hard for me to move on.
A lot of your podcasting about like reality TV where there's no script. Because then when you miss something, you can't actually find it.
And then you can't, and then there's no like perfect thing. I think that's the thing with Survivor is like so much of my podcasting is like, this makes sense of that. Like now we know, but that's like not how Survivor is. Yeah. Some things you can't make sense of. Some things in life are just gray. My OCD hates that. I don't know if some people are still like, I can do that. No, maybe. It's not about I don't think it's about the extremes, and I don't think it's about what you exactly do. I just think it's about wrestling with yourself. Like I've definitely come to you before, like in tears, because I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
Like, like I don't like not having control of my own brain, but that's kind of true of kind of anything, people don't want to be anxious. Yeah. And that's why Adam asked as well, like it well said, do you see it as a part of neurodivergence? I didn't until really recently because I was like, that just doesn't feel like enough. And I do know people with much worse OCD in my life than me. So it just felt, I don't know, I was kind of minimizing myself. But I think lately I kind of do see it as part of neurodivergence because I just don't think, well, like in general, I just don't think my brain with the anxiety and stuff like works typically.
I mean, I think it has to be because compulsions of you doing something you don't want to do. That doesn't happen to most people.
I mean, neurodivergence, I feel like must be more common than neurotypicalism.
Typicalism.
I think so, because like I think anxiety is neurodivergent. And like 40% of people
there's a difference between anxiety and stress as well.
Yeah, but people are very anxious.
But I know, but also people get confused. So that one's a harder one to like put a stamp on, where OCD is like relatively rare. Like I don't know that many people outside of people in your family that have OCD. I don't know that many. I could probably count them on one hand.
People might. I mean, I had it and I didn't think about it that much until COVID. And now I think about
COVID,
it a lot.
when it was like really bad, I was like, oh, this is like an issue.
This is a new flavor.
This is like an issue
that you've like unleashed right after we got married. Peter, right after we got married, I had like a massive depressive episode, and then I got OCD. And Peter was like, "Is there like a clause on this? It's like a break it, you buy it, or is there like a 10-second rule?" Like
return to sender.
Yeah.
No, I think you. Yeah, when I was like, oh, this is like really bad, was obviously in COVID, and you've worked a lot on it, and you've been really good. But still, you say some things, and I'm like, you say it as if it's like a normal thing to do, and I'm like, cool.
No, I'm learning that too. I'm learning that too. There are definitely people in my life with OCD where it's like, that's not normal, right? I'm just learning that as well.
Yeah.
Like, no one else does that.
Like literally watching any movie, people are like, yeah, I like to look up the
plot. That
is
not the OCD thing.
I'm looking up every character on everything.
It was such an interesting movie.
And it's an excuse because you do it with every movie.
No,
and not every movie is
I actually don't believe that to be OCD. Like I'm the kind of person who I have a Survivor podcast. I'm interested in media. I used to read AV Club reviews of like Scrubs and Community and like all the comedies. Fine. Yeah, and so after a movie, I want to know about it. I enjoy that experience.
The average person,
I don't
completely
think that's my
average.
OCD. I think I'm having a good time.
I'm sorry, you're not watching a movie, enjoying it, not enjoying it, whatever, and then leaving the cinema, talking about it with a couple of people, like, what did you think? And then maybe it comes up again 3 weeks later at work that you have a chat about it, and that's the end of that journey with that movie. They're not.
Oh my god,
going
you're
home
still
and
upset that my brother and I
hours.
analyzed the Barbie movie for 6 months.
I don't even remember that.
You were very upset about it. You literally said you both need to stop.
Oh yeah, I did. I said you've really got to move on past this.
There was a lot to discuss. The discourse around media is one of my favorite things of media. I actually don't know that. I mean, to be fair, these things are like inextricably linked. Like I think that my passion and my obsessiveness. See, I'm love making the mistakes. Is some of my best qualities. So, and I don't know that that's part of it. I think that some of that is just my personality, but then it's like I'm all the same kind of type of person, and then some of that is negative when I can't control it.
Yeah, but that's the common thing of like your biggest weakness is your biggest superpower.
Yeah, I've always said that. I came up with that.
So you came up with that. That type of style is very much true in your case because you have like this really big weakness, so it's a really big strength.
Yeah, jeez. You're welcome to the fun facts. So sorry that at 2 a.m. you weren't enjoying knowing.
I just didn't. I watched the movie and I'm like, I enjoyed the movie.
Fascinating story.
And I didn't need to know about the mother, the father of the main character. I didn't need to know about the sister-in-laws. I didn't need to know about anything.
The sister-in-laws. It's interesting when they met.
It doesn't bother me. Like I don't care. Like it's fine. I'm happy that they're happy, but like that's the end. That's my extent of like watching the movie. I enjoyed it, and then I move on.
Offended. That's not OCD. That's actually just me. That's just who I am. That's the best of me. If you don't like that, then what do you want? That's the best I have. Like, the worst parts are that I'm going to screw up your viewing experience in the moment, but afterwards I'll give you a series of fun facts. If you don't like that, then how are you enjoying any of it?
I'm like, just say it on a podcast, and then I forget that now we have a podcast together. I'm like, oh no, now you're saying it here.
Well,
terrible.
I don't know if we're going to get through all our questions. So should we do one more?
I don't know what time we started.
I don't know how long it's been. I don't know if we'll have time for all of them. I think we should do a Q&A part 2. Please send in more questions. Let's do a couple more, maybe quick ones.
Okay.
Okay. What about rank the K-pop Demon Hunter songs? We can do this one quickly because I've already done it.
Yeah. I mean, I know your order, but you may as well say your shenanigans.
This is what it sounds like. Is an incredible song. Like it's so good. Like it's the best by far because it makes me cry, and also dance. What I recently coined as the bop and sob.
Bop and sob.
Yeah, but hi, baby girl. It genuinely could be like about like abuse survivors, like incredible song. And then I feel like How It's Done, Takedown, Free, Golden. I don't know. I have Golden very low. That's my hottest take.
That is a hot take.
Then like Your Idol, and then Soda Pop.
No, if your hottest take is that Soda Pop is the worst song in the soundtrack.
Yes. Oh no. What? A lot of people think that. My brother thinks that.
Yeah, I think that's like not the best take.
I think one's pats on the floor. Yeah, it's meant to be bad. I looked this up, and I'm sorry that you didn't hear it when I gave you the fun fact. The
I get
the guys' songs. What's the band called? Saja Boys are meant to be like hollow nothing songs. So if you're falling for it, that says more about you. But I read about the movie after I watched it.
But it's a bop. You don't care about the lyrics. All I hear is that little crack of the soda pop, and I'm like, I like that.
The lyrics, and this is what it sounds like. I wish you would listen to them because they're genuinely beautiful.
This is what it sounds like. Probably the best. I like Takedown. Probably second best.
Okay, those are the two best. That's what I said. Oh no, Takedown I said third. Yeah, How It's Done I think is the second best.
I think Takedown is second best.
Yeah,
that's basically the only real switch. Although I probably have Golden above Free, but I really like Free.
Yeah, it's a strong top 5. I think with me with
they're
Golden,
also good.
The hottest take is because Golden's like the biggest song in the world right now. It's a good song, but it's kind of like Let It Go, and that's barely a top 5 song from both of the Frozens.
Yeah, I agree with that.
And it's kind of like Defying Gravity, not like a top 3 Wicked song. That's how I feel. Anyway, those are that. What else do we do? Should we do one more? If only everyone could see how cute Lizzie's being on the floor right now. Elton asked for Peter's Survivor lore. When did he start, his favorites, etc. I feel like we can get into that, and then we can do some other ones in a different Q&A, and people can send in more questions, and we can do this maybe in a couple of weeks.
Yeah, my Survivor lore.
Yeah.
I started watching with my family right when Survivor started. And we watched until probably the early teens before I stopped watching.
Of seasons.
Yeah, in the early yeah. So, like, I have vivid memories of the first 10 seasons, especially. As with most people, Rupert and Boston Rob, I think that as like remembering them at the time rather than like remembering them on rewatches, as like really cool things. And then I stopped watching, in the early teens. And then my like high school girlfriend was really into Survivor. So I was like, oh, okay, like you like the show. I used to watch it with my family, so I'll start watching it again. And that was
through the dark ages.
21, 22, 23, 24, 25.
No, just 21, 22, 23, 24.
Yeah, 24, yeah. Yeah, that's right. So I watched them with her, and I was like, oh, cool, Survivor's kind of good, which is amazing given how bad those seasons are, right?
Yeah, when I first started dating you, you were like, Fabio was great, and I was like, people don't say great things about those seasons. I don't know.
The reason I like Fabio was because he peed in the water in that challenge.
I know, you brought it up so many times when we first started dating. And
I just thought it was so funny.
I guess.
I still think it's funny, to be honest, because no one's really done it. I think someone else may have peed, but not like mid-challenge in a pool of water that everyone else has to go in.
That's not anything. I don't know what to tell you. Like, as a Survivor expert, I don't know.
Because you shouldn't do that. Like, socially, it's hilarious. Okay. He still won.
Okay. And yes.
What are the rules of the game? No rules.
Okay.
But.
Oh, no, yeah. Yes, you're right. Yeah.
What?
Okay.
Well, you can say something.
No, I'm just saying, like, what's the rest of the story of
how? The rest of the story was we broke up, obviously, because I'm married to you, and my ex and used to message Shan, and they used to talk about Survivor. And true. Then I was like, hey, this person knows more about Survivor than my ex. I should date this person instead.
Well, that would be a crazy backstory of how we got together.
That would be pretty funny. No, but then, obviously later on I started dating Shan, and she also likes Survivor. And I'm like, what is it with me finding attractive girls who like Survivor? This is crazy. And then when I was with Shan, she's like, hey, you missed a lot of good seasons. I'm like, all right, I'll go back and watch them. So I went back to China.
It wasn't in an order.
I think, just from like 15, 16, 17, 18.
Well, when
19,
we started
20,
dating during Caramoan.
And then 25, 26.
Yeah, when we started dating, you were watching all of them. And then you went back. And also, when I started dating Peter, it was right around when I was becoming obsessed with Survivor. At around the same time, those two important things were happening. You can decide which was more important. I was getting to RHAP / like Real Survivor Super Fandom, which was 2013, and I started dating you. So at that time, you could not be with me, even maybe more than now, without liking Survivor, because now it's like, you need to be part of it, but it's kind of like my job, and I can kind of like keep it in this podcasting room, kind of. Right? But like at the time, it was all I wanted to talk about.
She says that, but like all the people we know and friends are with are just Survivor players. Or...
We are friends with some people whose seasons you've never seen.
It's true.
Yeah, because like...
Don't tell them.
Yeah, Peter has seen...
I've basically seen every season but 3.
Yeah.
Like globally.
Yeah, I think when like you were in like uni during like Australian Survivor 2017,
Don't
Peter
so
couldn't
much.
watch it, but he has friends who were on the season.
Do not... Hi, okay.
Yeah, and then Peter wanted to go back and watch it, but at that point I was like podcasting. I was like, yeah, this is like my job now. I don't go back and rewatch seasons if like on my free time. But I really think like now, I don't want to talk about Survivor now half as much as I wanted to talk about it when we first started dating, because then it was like my absolute like number one passion.
Yeah, but I would also just like, you know, I think I watched China and I was like, cool, this is good. And I watched Tocantins, which is still my favorite season of all time.
Yeah.
So I was like, Survivor is amazing. So obviously I wanted to talk about Survivor. And then I watched Heroes versus Villains shortly after that. I was like, oh my God, I've just watched
You didn't love Micronesia as much as you should have. I remember it now. I remember thinking like, is this a relationship for me? I remember it.
And then, yeah, Philippines onwards. And then we got very quickly into Cagayan, I guess, after that. So I was like, Survivor is the best thing ever. So I was happy to talk about it.
Also, yeah, my girl. As he's trying desperately to be like, how do I get on this couch? There's so much space for you. Peter's favorite player is JT.
Yeah.
Still?
I don't know. I mean, it's been a long time. But I just think that season, I think that the reason I like Tokyo so much is just the characters on that season are ridiculously good. Like between JT and Steven, Coach, you have like Tyson as like a middle tier finisher when he's a winner of another season and he's incredibly good television.
Spoilers.
Yeah, sorry, spoilers. But there's just like, I think it's rare to get like at least like 6, like even Taj was incredible TV. There's probably...
And you loved Coach.
I just thought Coach was the funniest person ever. I mean, some of the stuff he said in those... I think there was the tile smashing challenge where Jeff Prost is like, none of you have been in the desert before and like smashed tiles, so there's a learning curve. And Coach is like, I have.
Yeah, you did quote that a lot.
I have, Jeff. Oh my God, it's the best thing. It's just such a funny season. Like the characters, and then even the final end is it's got everything that I enjoyed. I think it's an incredible season.
You enjoy Survivor for what it is. Like if I wasn't podcasting about it, like would you be watching it?
Yeah, probably. I mean, I was watching with my family beforehand and really liked it. Like it's definitely a show my family has always liked. I mean, my family has watched Survivor casually pretty much the entire time. I don't think they stopped when I stopped. No, my parents still went through it.
That's my thing. It's like if we were never together, would you still be watching Survivor? Out of like your want to, I think yes. Out of your ability to like stick with shows, I don't think so, because you don't do that. That's my job. See, the difference between me and Peter's like on the roller coaster. I'm like, Peter, we're still 2 episodes behind on this show, 3 episodes behind on this. This is my OCD. This is my OCD. I'm like, we're 4 episodes behind on this show. We stopped watching this a couple of years ago. We still have to catch up. Like, and I don't want to. And so I think that if you weren't with me, it wouldn't be because you don't like Survivor. It would be because who would be scheduling your watching of things?
Maybe. But I mean, I would have watched probably AU. I don't think I would have watched any other internationals. Like I definitely wouldn't have watched SA or New Zealand if it wasn't for you.
And you would have, and that would have been terrible. You're welcome.
Yeah, I liked the SA seasons.
Yeah. Should we?
I like our South African friends.
Yeah, we make friends and stuff. So should we? Should we end it here? And then in the future, we'll ask more different questions. And people will ask more questions of us.
No, I'm going to ask myself one question because it's relevant for this week.
Okay.
Which is, what video games and board games are you guys into? I'll stick with the video games, and we can do board games another time. And that's because I love turn-based strategy games is like my thing. Fire Emblem especially has been something that I've been really interested in since playing it on like Game Boy, so for a really long time. And I'm a huge Pokemon guy as well. Not like massive, but I've played everyone since the beginning. My first Pokemon game was Pokemon Yellow, and there's a new Pokemon coming out this week. So I'll be playing that on launch, which is something I'm very excited about.
Do you want to talk about that next week?
Yeah, talk about how it is.
And I can learn about it too. Yay.
But yeah, turn-based strategy games, like card-based games, Slay the Spire, put way too many hours into Final Fantasy, but not the latest ones, all the beginning ones. I think they're like the major ones. And Shan doesn't play any video games.
Peter really wants me to.
I've always tried to introduce her to any 2-player game, but she just has no interest. The best I can get is like Mario Party, which she will play.
I'm so bad at Mario Party
because Marianne plays.
Yeah, it's a really fun way to hang out with Marianne and Connor. It's more about the social interactions than for me, because I've never won it. And these aren't things I'm good at. And I literally said on the podcast, I think it was last week, I said, I don't wake up for something I'm not going to be really good at. And I'm not good at video games, and I don't have the patience to learn. Lizzie finally learned how to get on the couch. Yeah, and I used to play The Sims when I was a kid.
Did you?
Yep. I played a ton of The Sims.
Did you kill your Sim character?
Well, put him in the pool and then take out the ladder.
I don't know. I never played Sims. I was playing Age of Empires when you were playing Sims.
I probably took out the ladder. And yeah. I just don't feel like I want to commit to that. I don't think it will be good for my obsessiveness. Like, there's no way that can go well. Like, if it goes too well, that's bad. I need like another thing? And if not, then I'm not into it. I do get into like mobile games.
Puzzle games and stuff together. There's 2-player puzzle games.
What is that?
It's like literally 2 players and you're running around trying to solve some sort of puzzle. I've described that so badly, but that's what it is.
That sounds awful.
Why? It's like teamwork, and you laugh while you're trying to struggle and come up with solving a puzzle. It's fun. I like playing those games.
That's the thing for me. I play games on my, like, I'll get really into one game like I did with Water Sort. And now I do it with like Block Blast.
I don't know what that is.
It's like a good thing to do when you're just like listening to a podcast and you can like turn your brain off and you do like puzzles, kind of.
I can't multitask, so I can't play a game.
No, I find I listen to podcasts better because then I'm like, my brain's almost like it's not as focused. Actually, it's actually better. But yeah, I'm sorry. I'm not. Yeah. I don't want to. I'm sorry.
We've tried. It hasn't worked.
I play Mario Party.
Yeah, you take what you can get.
I play Mario Party so badly. I'm always Bowser, and it just never goes well for me. What are our stats? That Connor's won like every time except twice, and then you've won. And Marianne just gets ganged up on, and no one gangs up on me.
No one gangs up on Marianne. What are you talking about?
Peter does.
Okay, that's not a gang up. That's just one person of a 4-player game.
You're really mean to her. Team Marianne. All right.
I just like when Connor wins. I just want Connor to win.
Well, that's it. That's our show. We'll do another Q&A. Because we've got enough for a part 2, and ask more questions. Email us. You can DM me. Comment it on the YouTube page, Spotify. Comments are always well received. Follow, subscribe, like, share it. Tell the people what we're doing. And yeah.
Just have a good time. Hopefully it was a good laugh. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll catch you next time and go through my.
Now that Livey's finally worked out how to get on the couch.
All right.
She's so happy. Yeah, next week Pokemon apparently.
Yes, we'll definitely talk a little bit about how the new Pokemon game is.
Exciting.
Very exciting.
And what console is that played on?
How do you not even know? I have a Nintendo Switch.
Yeah, so it's on that.
Yes.
And is that like on the TV? Or that's like in your hand?
This is a console I've played for like 1,000 hours, and Shannon doesn't know where it's played.
Sometimes you connect it to the TV.
Sometimes we do when we play Mario Party.
So that's confusing.
I could play it on TV all the time. I don't, because you're using the TV.
We have 2 TVs. You're completely welcome to do that.
It's all set up in one room, and I don't want to like.
I'm so happy to leave. I'm so happy. Please ask me to leave next time. I didn't realize that was hindering you in any way. I'm glad we had this conversation, actually.
Yeah, that would actually be nice. I'd like to play it on the TV once every now and then.
So I was right. It's on the TV, and that's what you'll be doing. But this was Gussing Around. Thank you all for listening, and we will see you next time. Bye. Gussing around, your friendly neighborhood Gusses are gussing around. Your favorite neighborhood Gusses, where are they found? In the studio, making a podcast for you.